Okay, let's do this thing because obviously there's a lot to talk about tonight. Okay, and I mean a lot. And I'm gonna save a little bit of the news towards the end since I'm sure everybody knows what the news has been all day. But Dynamite, though, let me say one thing about Dynamite before we get into this whole thing. One, I actually thought this was a really good show. I enjoyed the majority of this show. It started off strong, but when we got to the end, it finished very weak. Very, very weak. And I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about, but we are going to go through this show for Dynamite tonight, Boston, Massachusetts, and whatnot. So this was a pretty big show. We started off strong, like I said before. And that was between CM Punk and Bobby Fish. This is CM Punk's first Dynamite match, his fifth match in AEW, and he went against Bobby Fish. At least it's not on Rampage this time. Punk, of course, being super over and whatnot, and some fish out. People chanting fish out there too. But I did enjoy this match. I think they're trying to, put longer matches out there for CM Punk. I know it's been a lot of criticism about Punk being in the company if he has flopped or whatnot. I would say that, it's been like ring rust. I feel like they've been mostly trying to get off of him and just been giving him some wins right now. But this was good, real good, okay? I did like Fish, especially focusing on CM Punk's leg. That, which, like I said, it's a different style of pace when it comes to CM Punk matches right now and not going, just high paced all the time. But this was good, real good. Like I said, Punk selling his leg out there, even when he goes for his elbow drop, just basically doing with one leg and even going for a drop kick and whatnot. Fish basically, focusing on Punk's leg, even getting out of GTS and whatnot, taking it out. But when it got towards the end, after some reversals, Punk ended up getting them into the GTS and winning it 3. So CM Punk, another win for him right here. So a very, very good match to kick off the show and whatnot. So yeah, Punk continues to pick up wins. I know we had a promo from Malachi Black then. Basically, we're talking about Cody. They made Cody, made his own family lose faith in him, force, take measures he's never did, and make the entire crowd hate him. And told Cody, it's all about pinfalls, but it's more than that. The house always wins, as he said. MJF came out then. He beat Bryce Donovan, basically hit the heat seeker on him. But then MJF got on the microphone then, saying that Boston is an absolute shithole and that the crowd was just lucky to see him right now because, he's here to do what he does best. Pinning shoulders to the mats and banging rats. That's a good line right there. But he said, maybe we'd skip the second one. I think he wants to bang all these rats out here. Too many rats. And then nowadays, people will probably end up snitching anyways with rats. But basically, he'd rather shove his junk in a blender than sleep in Boston's fat, disgusting women out here. And basically talk about, let's talk about your mother and whatnot. You guys use the word harder, you with that Boston accent out there. But he talked about Darby Allin then, and that Darby is out of here, and that he's just a mistake. But, right now he wants that AEW world title. And he doesn't care between Omega or Hangman. He said he's next in line right now. And basically, he threw the gauntlet down that, you cannot break him mentally, and that Darby was too scared to show up to work, and whatnot. And even knocked out your little scary uncle, Sting, Papa Sting right there. And that Darby Allin, now that he's gone, like he said before, he wants to focus on being the world champion. But Sting's music had played. MJF and them, Spears and Wardlow looked on, but MJF started laughing to the ground then, and basically said, "Oh, I fooled all and whatnot." But then everything went dark. MJF said, "All right, Spears, that was funny," but Spears says, "That's not me." Next, it was some video with, I guess, Darby wearing an MJF mask or someone wearing an MJF mask, and I guess they were at a concert, and then Darby just drop kicks him and put him through a table, saying it's time to break you mentally now. Lights come back on. Sting is out there with his baseball bat, takes out both Sean Spears and Wardlow, and whatnot. MJF gets out of Dodge. Next thing you know, Darby shows up in the crowd with the Doom Patrol mask. It is Halloween, so you saw a lot of costumes out there. We're getting closer to Halloween, but he had like his Doom Patrol gear on with the coat. Some would say he may have looked like Inspector Gadget also. But Darby went after him then. He pulled out a skateboard with tacks, hit Wardlow with it then, and basically told MJF, me, you, full gear. So, that's all MJF had said, and basically him and Sting got a big reaction. One of the better stories that's going around AEW, especially my friend Steven. He said this is his favorite storyline right now in AEW. But like I said, a very good segment, especially to set up the match for Full Gear out there, though. Next, we did get Sammy Guevara versus Ethan Page for the TNT title. Very good match. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this a lot. Sammy did get the win, though, of course. Bridging him, roll up and whatnot, grabbing both of his legs. That shooting star standing move was really good. So I did enjoy that too. That, like I said, this is a really good match. I recommend going back to watch it. Um, Next thing you know, though, after Sammy won, the minute of the year attacked them. The inner circle came out. Then I guess Jericho had his cruise this week. I didn't really know that, but listen, and let me say this about Jericho, and they did this last time. First off, do they need a huge pyro set to do a run in? The entire inner circle comes out, but I get the music hitting, but like, come on, you need all this pyro, and then it's like you have to wait almost a whole minute or two because everyone in the crowd has to play sing along right now and sing all the to sing all the Jericho's song, Judas, in my mind, all that stuff until he actually cuts the promo. Do I think it's Jericho's ego being boosted again? Most likely and whatnot. And finally we got Chris Jericho talking in as fans did chant Jericho and whatnot. He told Sky, I respect you for beating me twice and whatnot. But the only thing you beat is yourself in the hotel room at nighttime. And Sammy won, so now it's gonna be a 5-on-5 match at Full Gear in a Minneapolis street fight. Do I really still need to see this feud? Not really, but they're gonna face America Top Team and call Lambert a pumpkin-headed dipshit for Halloween and whatnot. And make sure you guys make sure you're here next week. And he said something about Aerosmith and said we're gonna beat the living hell out of y'all then at Full Gear. So a good promo from Jericho, but come on, that run-in was really ridiculous. You did not need all that pyro. And I know they've done it before. We already know they've done it before, but do we need the pyro and then just play the entire song so everybody can sing along then? Do we really need to do that? Don't get me wrong, the fans love Jericho and them, but still, that just looked ridiculous at the same time. Um, in the back there, Eddie Kingston, Brian Danielson. Kingston basically told Danielson, you want to talk about how I don't work or I don't do the work around here. Listen, I pop a Zoloft every morning so I don't flip out and hurt people, okay? I got to fight depression and anxiety every day. And you want to talk about I ain't doing no work? You ain't never walked a mile in my shoes. And he said, you know what? We done talking here. And Danielson basically said, that's what I want. I want everyone to come out. I want to fight. That's what I want to see. That's how things need to work around here. That's the Eddie Kingston he wants to see. And he's going to give Moxie some credit. You've been one of the toughest guys he's ever met. But, Friday, that's not going to matter. All right? Because once I'm done with Kingston, I'm coming for you. He said. So a very good promo with Brian Kingston. I think Kingston's a dead man this Friday, but I am looking forward to see what both of these guys are gonna do. Even I saw that promo the other night. I may have didn't watch Cody Rhodes' little TV show, but I did see that promo and that was actually pretty good too. Um, Next, I know the Lucha Brothers, basically told FTR that they want them in Full Gear. I know Britt Baker, I guess, is facing Abaddon or Discount Rosemary Sue Young at Rampage this Friday. Serena Deeb came out. Some would say either she's kind of going for Bret Hart or maybe because of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. She went against Hikaru Shida again. Hikaru Shida still holding that 50th win trophy and whatnot. This was a TBS title tournament. This was a great match. Very great. Okay, we've seen these two not that long ago, which was really good. And once again, they were really good out here. I figured Shida was gonna get the win because 50-50 booking, of course. But Deeb trying to use the trophy, well, and whatnot. Shida was gonna use the trophy, but she didn't use it. Basically, Deeb tried to roll her up here with a finisher, but Shida still ended up getting the win. So, like I said, this is a very good match between both of these two. Okay, really good. But right after, Deeb just ended up attacking Shida, chop block, and just put her into submission hold. As they sent a whole bunch of referees and stuff to break it up, almost like just destroying Hikaru Shida's leg. So good heel stuff from Serena Deeb also. This was just really good. It was a great match, okay? Can't really say nothing bad about it right here. And I don't really want to see Shida versus fucking Rose again for the 1 millionth time. And if they're really going to have Nyla Rose go over just because of Shida's, I guess now, leg injury and whatnot, That's not going to be a good idea. Then again, I don't even really want to see Nyla Rose in this damn tournament in general anyway. So, but I can tell you what's really going to happen next in all this, okay? Leo Rush and Dante Martin were in the back talking about Matt Sydal. I guess Matt Sydal and Dante Martin are going to face this Friday on Rampage. Jon Moxley went against 10 of the Dark Order. This was a murder, a live murder, a massacre. Jon Moxley beat this man like a fucking dog, a government mule, if I should say. Okay? Or whatever. No, JR would say, or running like scalded dogs, but Moxley killed this man. Okay? This was a one-sided ass match, which I even wondered, like, why was this even a match in a tournament to begin with? I know we gotta throw bodies out there, and they don't want your favorites losing and whatnot in the tournament. But man, he killed this man. He bled all over the place. He tore half his mask up. He kicked the living dog shit out him. Okay? Arrive, kill, leave. Moxley hit the Deathrider and it was over. Okay? This was a massacre. Why was this even a tournament match? Why did we need to see this as a tournament match? Why did they just kill this man on TV? I have no idea. Mox just murdering folks lately, I see though. Murder. So I just sat there like why was this even a match? Just why? I don't understand why was this even a match. Um I know they went to FTR later, basically accepting that match at Full Gear against the Lucha Brothers. Cody Rhodes came out, booze. Lots of booze, and he talked about managers that yell at clouds talking about him. Come on, we all know who that shot that was at. Someone must be hurt by Cornette's comments, but or probably any other wrestling manager. But talk about I hit a Tiger Driver 98. Make sure you don't once everybody know he didn't try to go for pedigree last week or last Saturday. But what would happen if he had hit that move or a different move or whatnot, and talked about if he abused his executive position around here or challenged for the title or swore he never would, it'd all be too easy, he said, and he doesn't want the easy way out. Okay, and talks about who signs the checks, but you need to know who built the bank at the same time. He says he's got a wife that's too hot for him, a brother that should be a Hall of Famer, and that's even most likely better than him. And talked about his daughter, and that his dad Dusty, if he ever lives to 300 years old, he will never have the cultural impact of Dusty Rhodes. And Cody, which here we go, I will never turn. I won't turn. It's not I'm not going to take the easy way out. And then it says I love the fans, I always will. Cheer me, boo me. This basically turned into a John Cena work shoot promo out here. This is something Vince Russo would even write, saying, you know, um, I'm not going to turn. I'm not going to turn, but this was most likely to John Cena promo. So I apologize to the entire Nightmare family and told Arn, so Arn is standing with you in the ring. But when he said that whole, cheer me, boo me, I still love you either way. I'm not gonna turn. This is something John Cena has always done. Okay, so Cody basically making it known and just blatantly telling everybody, we all know he's aware of it, but I'm not turning heel. I'm never gonna turn. Okay, I won't turn. And this just felt like a work shoot promo out there. So I almost like this is the same shit John Cena would usually say when he comes out and says, "Cheer me, boo me, I ain't gonna never turn. I still love you anyways." But as Cody was about to say something else, Andrade came out then saying that people don't like you. You make stupid choices. Like that neck tattoo. Well, it's not lying about that. They told your next mistake is getting in my business. And then next thing you know, Andrade he's trying to make him a little bitch. Malachi Black ended up in, everything went black. Malachi showed up with Andrade. They start beating up both Cody and Arn Anderson with the mist and whatnot. Pac comes out for the save then, taking everybody out and just basically putting the middle fingers up to both of them then and whatnot. So, very good segment. Cody, he's not a bad promo. We already know that. But, yeah, this is very John Cena-esque. Work, shoot. I expect Vince Russo to write this. Like, let's just make everybody know. Let's just break the fourth wall, folks. Like, I just imagine just John Cena just saying this. This is basically like a Cena promo out here. Cheer me, boo me. I still love you either way. I ain't gonna never turn. I won't turn. I'm not taking the easy way out. I'm gonna do it the right way. I won't take the easy way out. So I don't know if it's gonna lead into Cody Rhodes if he ever turns heel, but man, I just had to say something. Cody, I'm almost surprised he did not come out there and just talked about how he overcome the odds and maybe beat racism, but he beat Satanism this time. By God, everybody lucky they didn't have Brandy out there. That would have been like double mega heat. Then he probably would have come out and says, you know what? If he ever has another kid, he will probably name his next kid Justice, Liberty, and Justice for all. If you get what I mean right there. But Cody, man, he's gonna end racism. He's gonna end Satanism. What will Cody end next? I almost imagine him just coming out saying something like that. But Cody Rhodes, folks, we'll see what happens next with him. But man, that promo. And then we probably will get to the weakest point of the entire show tonight, the main event. Now listen, I know it's Halloween. Come on, we saw Halloween Havoc last night, okay? But this was just over the top and just very silly, I thought. The Dark Order, Stu Grayson, who wants to dress like Kratos. Hey, listen, buddy, Tommaso Ciampa did it better last night, okay? Ciampa looks like Kratos. Hell, Triple H can pull off a great Kratos. Grayson, sorry, dude, you're too late, all right? Champ already beat you to the punch last night, and he looked better doing it also. Or even Hunter if he had to. Like I said, God of War, folks. But it's Halloween, and who else? Like, I think John Silver was Bambi, and Evil Uno was a cowboy, cowboy shit. And, who else? Colt Cabana was dressed as, Brandon Cutler. And then the Elite come out to, like, this probably remix version or their own version to the Ghostbusters theme song, and they come out with the Ghostbusters, costumes and stuff. Like, you ever seen Ghostbusters? And they got a new movie coming out, so they got to promote that, I'm sure. And the Marshmallow Puppet Stuff Man and Nakazawa is dressed as a baby and whatnot. Listen, I don't have a lot to say about this match. It was a spot fest. We literally saw this match 2 weeks ago, except it's an 8-man tag this time. And it just was either silly and all that. The Dark Order, I'm already no fan of, okay? Dark Order, Dark Order. And as for the Elite, outside of Adam Cole, who I actually like, the rest of the Elite guys are just a bunch of fucking goofballs, okay? So this was a spot fest. And I'm sure a lot of people probably didn't like this as the main event. Like I said, I understand it's Halloween. I get it. But it was just too much ridiculous shit going on in this match. I'm sure the crowd ate it up, don't get me wrong, but this was just a little bit too over the top for me. Okay, just from odd nut shots and just weird Dark Order shit and a horse and just like I don't even know. I just don't even know what to say. And then they even super kicked the referee. He's down for like damn near 7 minutes of the match. By God, he was dead after one kick. He was dead after one kick. It is just like everything just goes all over the place. And then they send the horse out there and the rest of the Dark Order guys. And then they beat up the horse. And it's Brandon Cutler after they do the BT trigger. And next thing you know, they beat up Cutler, and then Hangman. It is the only thing I actually liked out of all this. Hangman just taking the mask off and gets a big pop because he was the marshmallow puppet stuff man, and Paige just starts taking out people, hits a dead eye on Omega. Silver hits his finisher on like Nick Jackson and whatnot, and the Dark Order win. Okay, fans chanted cowboy shit then, and they celebrated with a drink after that. So yeah, and listen, I know they have a match coming up at Full Gear pretty soon, but would have just been a better opportunity just to build the story into this than doing this right here. It's not a good way to, help your main event for the world title out there, okay? It's really not. And this was just, it was a spot fest. It was a spot fest. That's all it was. This was the weakest part of the show to me, was the main event. Okay? So I just you either gonna like it or you gonna hate it. That's all I'm gonna say. Either you like it or you gonna hate it. Me, I was not the biggest fan of this. Out of the side of the Hangman part, I like the Hangman part of it. But everything else was just like, you could have put this at the beginning of the show. Like I said, everything else on this show I like. I like Punk versus Fish. I like Sammy versus Ethan Page. I liked the MJF promo and Darby and Sting and all of them. Deeb versus Shida was really good. The Cody promo you can take up or down with that whole segment. That's how dependent how you want to take it in that. But I'm sure like everybody's gonna say it's either just like something Russo would have wrote or just John Cena esque, basically a John Cena promo out there. You could say that. But the main event though, I'm surprised this was even the main event and whatnot. So you can take it however way you want to take it. All right. Like I said before, you're either gonna like it or you're gonna hate it. So it's not much I can say from that. The main event was the main event. It was a fucking spot fest. All right. But it's so crazy, and I know everybody's been talking about this today too. Before we get out of here, Ring of Honor and whatnot. People think all the Ring of Honor guys are gonna go to AEW now. And, I feel bad for Ring of Honor, given that they just literally released everybody today from the company. Because after this year, they're gonna be gone through like the first part of the quarter of the year because they want to rebrand and re-image the entire company. And what if your contract basically done at the end of the year, they basically told you you need to go find some work. That's it. So everybody at this point is officially, I guess, released from Ring of Honor until the end of the year. So I don't even know what happens to their titles or what happens to any of these guys, and that's not a good look. All right, I'm not saying Ring of Honor is going to come back and be Ring of Honor 2.0 like NXT, but it's a lot of reasons. And listen, I could go on a whole rant about this right now. Listen, Ring of Honor should have been worried 2 years ago when AEW even started. They kind of low-key stole their thunder. You can blame Sinclair Broadcasting too. Sinclair has a lot of money. They just never really put any money into Ring of Honor and whatnot. And they were doing good a few years ago from the All In thing, which they should have capitalized on, from them being in Madison Square Garden for the G1 Supercard. And I think mostly more people like the New Japan side of it than it was the Ring of Honor. Some believe Ring of Honor has, suffered an identity crisis too, but it's a lot of things that may have hurt Ring of Honor, from AEW being into formation with them just outdoing your top talent from Ring of Honor left to form their own wrestling company, and look what they have done in the past few years right now. Okay, you don't even really see any New Japan guys work at Ring of Honor. I don't even know if that partnership is still going, to be honest with you. But just from that, and COVID really hurt Ring of Honor too with the empty arena shows, which I thought they did everything they could, and they come on the Pure. I like the Pure title tournament. I'm sure people aren't the biggest fans of the Pure tournament and whatnot, but I do like some guys. But some people wonder, what stars does Ring of Honor really have? Who is really in there in Ring of Honor right now? Do you really want to see and whatnot even show up on any show? To be honest, because you know just from this point in time, I don't know what the future holds for Ring of Honor, okay? And right now, it's not really good when you just released everybody from the fucking company and then you got to take off for like the beginning of next year because you got to rebrand and reimagine the entire company because they facing like an identity crisis right now, wondering where they really fit right now. So I don't really know what the future holds for ROH, and it's pretty fucked up and it's sad, honestly, and whatnot, to where they are right now. Cause listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say I watch Ring of Honor all the time. I've watched Ring of Honor, but that's mostly either pay-per-views and maybe a couple shows here and there. But they had more hype maybe a few years ago, maybe to where they are right now. It's just AEW came into play. All right. And listen, people from Ring of Honor have either left and they've gone to other companies right now. From either the WWE or AEW or New Japan or Impact or anywhere else. And right now, with everybody released, I'm sure people already just sitting there wondering, like, where's this person going to go? Where's that person going to go? Are they going to go to WWE? Are they going to go to AEW? Are they going to go to Impact? Are they going to go to New Japan? Are they going to go to NWA? And I'm sure people just throwing names out there, from Jay Lethal to the Briscoe brothers to who else? Jonathan Gresham. I don't know the whole Ring of Honor roster. To Rush. He probably end up with Andrade anyways. Kenny King, like Ingo Bernable de Faction. It's a lot of factions in Ring of Honor nowadays, but from who else? Kenny King and Bandito and Silas Young. And I'm just trying to name as much Ring of Honor guys as I can. And I don't know where the champions go on from this point. Or I don't know where Ring of Honor goes, okay? I don't know where any of these guys are really gonna go right now, but they are basically released, and they just told it at the end of the year, you better find somewhere else to go right now. And here's the thing, also, I don't understand, get also, if Ring of Honor says they will be back like around April time, how do you know if everybody's just gonna come back to the company like that? Will they come back to them? I don't know, especially when everybody's got to go find some other work now and whatnot. So it's very sad and whatnot for Ring of Honor. But I felt like 2 years ago they should have been worried in a way. Like I said at the beginning, well, not at the beginning of the video, but kind of a few minutes ago, when your top talent leaves to form their own wrestling company, and you look what they have accomplished in the past couple years now, where does Ring of Honor fit into play? How many people are paying attention to Ring of Honor like that? How many people are watching Ring of Honor like that? Do you know any of the guys on Ring of Honor like that? So it's really messed up. It's like I said, like come on, man. And it's not like Ring of Honor had a very good TV deal, anyways. They like I feel like they never had a really good TV deal. And the only really other time I remember they were really on TV where I'm at is on Destination America. Okay, so you know, I don't really know. I don't know where Ring of Honor is gonna go. So I had to say something about that, given it's people been talking about it all day and whatnot, saying they've been releasing the company. I'm not saying the company's dead at this point, but it's not looking good. It really isn't. So I don't really know what to expect next from that. I honestly don't. But like I said, man, just some TV deals and a whole bunch of other stuff. Um, what can I say? All I can really say, hey, just comment and tell me what you think about all that. What do you think about it? What do you think? Like two things. What do you think about this show tonight, and what do you just think about this whole ROH thing going on right now? Especially, and do you think AEW was the ones that really hurt them at the way damn near killing them at this point in time too? Like, what do you think about that? So yeah, tell me what you think about the show and the situation itself. But other than that, though, I am done with this review. Of Dynamite, Halloween style, I guess I should say, or getting close to Halloween. But yeah, I'm done with this review. But I will be back tomorrow, hopefully for an Impact review with the fallout for Bound for Glory. So we'll see what goes on from there. But other than that, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodTheKnight890. I am out of here. See you guys later. Peace out. Fuck Lifetime. Fuck Gail King. Peace.